Taking a flying vacation this summer? How about sidestepping long security lines, TSA pat-downs, and lost or delayed luggage? It's part of the deal if you fly a private jet or plane. And new companies and websites make it possible to do so at genuinely affordable prices. Here with more on this new travel option is Katie Hill, consumer reporter at MarketWatch. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning.
I don't want to believe you when you say that I could fly private for less than I'm paying commercially, but it's true.
I was shocked when I found this out too, but it really is true because these companies are offering like last minute flights, and they figure about 40% of the seats on private planes are not filled. So they figure better get some money than no money. So they'll offer like these very, very, very low last minute flights. Sometimes they're cheaper than coach. I mean, we're talking about $150 a person sometimes.
All right. Well, there's got to be a catch with that, and the catch is usually it's like you have to be prepared to travel the next day or so?
Next day. So on Thursday, you look at this daily deal site, and you're going to have to fly on Friday. So that is a big catch, and a lot of people can't take advantage. But if you have that flexibility, go for it.
I also feel like sort of the fine print here is that sometimes you have to get the whole plane. You buy it all and then divvy out the seats.
Yes, for this site, jetsuite.com, which is where the last minute deals are, you do have to get the whole plane. But again, it's pretty cheap. So there was an LA to Cabo flight, for example, $499 for the whole plane, which works out to about $124 a person. So yeah, I mean, you still have to buy the whole plane, so you need, 4 to 6 friends is usually how that works out on these planes. But still, I mean, that's a pretty great deal.
You mentioned JetSuite. That's one of the sites. What other sites do you recommend?
So JetSuite is the last minute deal. The other sites, Surf Air is interesting. They're out of California. For about $1,600 a month, you get unlimited private flights. So if you fly a lot, if you fly like say 5 or more times a month, that really can be worth it. Yeah. And the other interesting one is called Flight Air Taxi out of the East Coast. They have really decent deals too. Sometimes it's about $500 to fly from say New York City to Martha's Vineyard, Boston to Saratoga. They do a lot of these short flights through the Northeast, sometimes down to Florida. But again, that's pretty cheap. Now, those are one-way fares, but still, I mean, business class is often more than that.
Are you going to be flying on these tiny single-prop planes, though? Because I think that's a concern for a lot of people.
Yes, you are going to be flying on the tiny planes because that's how they save money, right? Like the 2-engine jet, that's a lot of money to run. These smaller companies, they really have the smaller planes a lot cheaper to run. That's how they're offering you the low fares. Again, people worry about safety with those. It's still safer than driving, although it is not quite as safe as a big, 2-engine, jet that you see a CEO kind of like running around on,
But you also, sometimes you get perks on these private jets as well, don't you?
The perks are ridiculous, and that's why people want to do it, right? The leather seat is cushy, and you can lay back, and you have leg room for days. No security line. The TSA is not going to take your shampoo, which I hate. You're like, I just bought that shampoo. Don't compensate that. None of that. You walk right up to the plane, you get on, and that's really, I mean, people are sick of flying commercial because it's a little, you're tight in there, you're sitting next to the bathroom, and you're like, I hate this. And so private is interesting for that reason.
Sounds very promising. Katie Hill, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.